Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special episode of The Matt and Joe Show. Brought to you by your boy Matt, your boy Joe, and a very special guest, Patrick.
It's our very first special guest. How you doing there, Patrick?
I'm doing all right, boys. I'm pretty happy to be on your podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
Amazing.
Hey, man, we're glad that you're here.
Yeah, definitely. So this episode, it's kind of gonna be more of a free-form episode, just kind of see where it goes. So, what's been going on with you, Patrick? How's things been treating you?
Dude, it's been going. Obviously we had to do a couple of rearrangements for the wedding. We had to push it back, 3 times. But
definitely.
But other than that, it's just been work. Been trying to go into the office every once in a while, but we got the big email today saying that one of our employees got the C word.
The Rona.
Got the Ronies. And
the Ronies. The macaronis.
And my boss was like, nah, we good. So I'm like, alright, so I'm back to being home, being a bum, staring at a fish tank all day. Can't complain.
Facts.
Nothing wrong with that.
I just realized we need to play a quick game called Have You Met Patrick? So, Patrick, give yourself a nice introduction. Let the people know who you are, how we know you, and what's the word.
Okay. Well, my name is Patrick Carter. Do you want my last name? Well, too bad. You guys already got it.
My social security number is XXX.
And here's my phone number. My date of birth is 9/15/1992. My favorite pet name is Tika. No.
Remember, the Matt and Joe Show does not endorse doxing. Do not dox this man. There's no reason to dox this man.
Not yet.
Not yet. But, yeah, I'm a 27-year-old environmental data analyst. I'm working at an engineering firm in North Florida. It's pretty nice. It's pretty convenient. I pretty much take care of majority of the landfills and make sure your groundwater is up to shape. Other than that,
It's very important to have clean water.
it's very important, especially in this time of days when the apocalypse is right around the corner. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm just a guy that loves video games, love animals, big into coral reefing. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Archery and fishing, boy. You're the archery and fishing guy.
Yeah, it's been tough doing the archery and fishing thing during this COVID thing because, like, the first month.
Really?
Yeah, because the first month I was just like, all right, practicing every day. Let's get this done. Get my arrow counts. The second month came and it was just like, you hit that plateau. That third month was just like, all right, I'm pretty over this because, all the competitions I had lined up for this year. I mean, I was going to travel a lot, but they all got canceled. So I'm like,
Damn.
I don't.
I say join the club with the rest of the world, man.
Yeah.
Everyone had plans, and now everyone's kind of sitting here with our thumbs in our bum, like, what the hell do we do now?
Exactly. So I was just like, well, that somehow stumbled upon saltwater aquarium, so that's been keeping my time most of the time now.
Dude, saltwater aquariums are dope.
Oh, dude,
Man, every time you send pictures of it, dude, it gets more and more awesome.
Yeah.
Like, one of my good boys back in the day, he had a 40-gallon tank, and that thing was magnificent.
Oh, dude, yeah, we're actually probably the end of the month. I'm thinking about getting probably a 75 to a 120 gallon. So
Damn.
that's the next step.
Wait,
up.
hold on. You've only been coralling. You haven't got any fish yet, though, right?
No, I got two two clownfishes. They're called Picasso clownfish. They got these beautiful design on them. They're considered designer clowns, is what they call it, what the community calls them.
All right.
I call them Gin and Jinx because I think that just rolls, and the way they look, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a Gin and Jinx combo.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, they've been in the tank for 2.5 months. After it cycled, I got the fish right away, and
Nice.
they're probably the only thing that's
Amazing.
that's been alive for the longest time. So,
Dude, it gets mesmerizing, man. Like, once you get it, like, set up just right, you just can stand there for hours just looking at it.
exactly. And then, of course, Worldwide Corals, which is down in Orlando, Florida, they had this big live sale on one of their forums. I think I probably spent like $400 to $500 on corals.
Damn.
It was very.
But there's also Buffalo Wild Wings right next door, too, so.
Yeah, it was pretty simple, but eventually I'm gonna start fragging these corals and I'll be able to sell them. And eventually, the main goal is to kind of open up my own aquaculture business.
Oh, shit. That's dope,
Oh, that's
dude.
awesome.
With a concentration on conservation as well. So I think that's like my major goal at this point.
You can also breed fish if you have the space for them,
Oh,
too.
yeah. I mean, get myself an arowana and I'll be making thousands.
Dude, hey, man, that's the way to go.
Actually, no.
Do something you love, get that money, get that bread.
Actually, the custom stingrays are what's the big item right now.
Stingrays are in?
Oh, my God. Dude, some of these stingrays are like... There's one specific dealer in Thailand. I forget what they call it, but he's got a trademark design on his stingray because he captive bred this design specifically. He probably makes about, for each stingray, depending on the size and sex, goes anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000.
Jesus.
Oof.
And
That's lucrative.
And he sells a lot. I mean, he has like, he's got all the supercars in his backyard. I'm like, dude, like, okay.
Wait. Are you talking about like that? Is that in Thai baht or is that in U.S. dollars?
That's in U.S. dollars.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
that's insane.
It's nuts.
Because when I went to Thailand, their currency, the U.S. dollar was worth 33 of their dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So like our dollar was super strong. So I could not even imagine what that would be in their money. Like, goddamn, I could like buy a city.
Dude, it's nuts. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, someone's really making the riches out there, is what it sounds like.
Well, Thailand's the number one. I would say Thailand at the moment is the number one exporter for actual fish right now, especially for like the exotic fishes and even corals.
Dude, it's beautiful there, man. Beautiful beaches, beautiful countryside.
Absolutely. I mean, most of these coral farmers, they have their own stretch of land off the beach where they farm the corals. Like, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal.
After all this Rona's said and done, man, got to take a trip out there. I'd be glad to go back.
Absolutely. I just saw that Bangkok has a pretty prestigious fish market that they import and export a lot of their fish from. And I'm like, I have to go. Like, I just have to experience it. Like, apparently it's like miles long of just fish breeders, fish farmers, like everything.
See, I'd be about that because when I went there with roommate Chris, and we did everything from the Water New Year festival to exploring the temples, seeing all the history and stuff, and just getting a lay of the land. Like, it was really fun.
That's sick.
And then we explored pretty much the whole country. It was sick.
That's amazing. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful.
We even got lost in a jungle for a brief moment at nightfall, and we did not get killed. Spoiler alert.
That's a shocker.
So there was one cow that, like, because it's pitch black, and we just heard rustling in the brush, and it was just like, and we're like, Jesus Christ, because like it's literally like we're walking single file in this jungle, and we have like only our iPhone flashlights on, and we're like arm over shoulder, just like trying to like follow the leader until we get out of there. And next thing you know, we just hear like rumbling in like the brush, and we're just like, Jesus Christ, we're gonna die in some like fucking jungle. And next thing you know, it's like this big ass cow is just like sitting there grazing, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I was so relieved because we were paranoid that we were gonna get like jumped by scorpions and stuff and stung to death. And I was like, God, great, that's exactly what I want.
Yeah, I'd be so down, 100% down.
Yeah, man, nothing is worse than getting got by the local wildlife.
Yeah. No, I heard they're friendly.
They're friendly.
During the daytime.
Those are its final words.
Though, honestly, like, just traveling just in general after all this is all this is said and done is just going literally anywhere sounds amazing.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, and the crazy part is this trip planning, right? Like, after the COVID is going to be so popular. Like, there's going to be a whole new industry just specifically focused on planning trips. Like, I know there already is like a small branch that does that, but it's going to be extremely
it's probably going to be a boom for sure.
It's going to be insane.
It's going to suck for a while because like you're going to want to go somewhere just for like seeing family or friends, and you're just going to be like, oh, nope, everything's full.
Exactly. That or the flights for tickets are going to be bonkers.
Hey, man, it is what it is, but I think everyone just be glad to get out of the damn house and or city.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been taking full advantage of the airplane tickets. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, man, as long as you're safe and you wear your mask, that's all you gotta. That's all you gotta do.
Flew 4 times already. It's been a blast. The first time was pretty interesting because one lady got kicked out. I loved it. It was a good time.
That does happen now.
But surprisingly, on that first flight, like I think it was back in. Let's see. I think it was like in May. I would say it was probably in May. There was a lot of first-time flyers, surprisingly. A lot of first-time flyers.
You'd be surprised. There is some statistic that a lot of people have never flown, and if they've flown, they are terrified of flying.
Oh.
Like, I thought that was something that wasn't really as common now, just because, it's 2020.
Oh, yeah.
But no, some people genuinely do not like flying.
Oh, and it was so obvious, too. Like, it was just, I couldn't believe it. Like, obviously they started, up-chucking a little bit. But, it was really fascinating, because everyone, like, we had probably next to me, I had about 4 first-time flyers. And I was just like, all right, well, we'll make that work.
So how many times have you flown? Like, how many times would you say you've flown in your life, Patrick? Would you say you're a frequent flyer at this point, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've been flying ever since I was probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah, same.
Especially with my dad. My dad, he was a medical engineer, and we tend to move a lot with his job because he worked for Philips, and obviously Philips is an international company. And he used to work out in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for about a year or so. So anytime he had to go visit different parts of the country, he would just bring us along. So that was always a really good experience.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I mean, I've traveled quite a lot. More than I like to say I do, because at this point it's like I'm so tired of flying.
Oh no, it's a drag.
Oh, dude, it's just like, I guess it's like, once you've flown a lot, you get picky about your pilots. Like, even like before takeoff, you're just like, all right, is this guy gonna be a dickhead, or is he gonna be,
I feel like you become picky after like your first flight, especially if you have a really bad experience. Like, if you get on something on Frontier or Spirit Airlines, like, it's already signing up for a bad time.
You know what?
In my opinion,
because of Frontier and Allegiant, Spirit is like mid-class now. Like, I'm not even kidding at this point. Like, Spirit's like, if I can find a cheap ticket on Spirit, I'm like, done. Let's make it happen. I don't know, the seats are just so much more comfier. Like, I'd rather sit in a cushioned seat rather than a lawn chair. I don't know. That's just me.
A lawn
the first
chair
time
for hours. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
brutal, dude.
I flew Frontier, not last year, but the year before, to visit my mom for Christmas, and that was like literally plastic chair. Like, they had that like thin cushioning. Yeah. I don't know if it's like gym mat cushioning, but like straight up plastic chair, like a bucket chair.
It's literally just like a little foam pad. They just kind of make it, like, they stitch it up to make it look good. And I'm like, oh my god, here we go.
And luckily for you guys, those are relatively short flights. It wasn't like a 13-hour or like, God forbid, a 19-hour.
I would shoot
myself. Yeah.
I would because these chairs, they don't have like rotating armrests. Like, you can't lift. I'm not rotating, but you can't lift the armrest up, or you can't move your seat up or back. Like, it is stiff. It's like you're sitting on a stone pillar. Like, it's horrendous.
Though I actually did. Speaking of 13-hour flights that were bad times, I actually got a little story about that. So, for the audience who's not aware, I was in the military at one point in time, and I think the second worst flight I've ever been on was the Frontier one. The first worst flight was when I was coming home for R&R during my deployment, and the way they seat you on these planes is alphabetical order. My name is towards the end of the alphabet, last name. So I was the very last person on this manifest. So I got the very, very last seat. This seat, I don't know if somebody had it out for me, like they heard of me before I got on the plane. They decided they hate me immediately. This chair was broken to the point where it was leaning at a 45-degree angle. It was an aisle seat also. So 45 degrees in an angle in an aisle seat with stewardesses going back and forth the entire 13, 14-hour flight from the Middle East back to the U.S.
God damn.
That was brutal.
No thanks. No thanks.
Yeah.
So, are you someone that can actually like sleep on a plane, or are you one of those people
Me?
that has to stay awake?
Oh no, I can fall asleep on a plane, absolutely.
My goal.
I just absolutely pass out.
I just know that some people are very particular about that. They're like, I can't sleep in a plane. It's not comfy.
My goal, right when I get onto my seat, is try to fall asleep as soon as possible. That is my goal at all times. Sure. But, like I said, I always judge my pilots. And if they wake me up on takeoff, they're dickheads.
See, I don't have like a bad plane story. I just have like the most tired I was coming from a trip. And it's actually coming back from Thailand. Because when we left Thailand, I think we got up at, I want to say like 5 o'clock in the morning. We get to the airport and then we leave. And we went from Thailand to Russia, had to change planes, then Russia to Jersey. And the entire time, like, we flew with the sun. Like, the entire time, it's like, if your window is open, sun's up. And I'm one of those people where if the sun's up, I have to stay awake. It's just biologically in. So for about 19 and a half hours, just dead awake. And by the time I land in Jersey, it's like, I think maybe 8 o'clock Eastern time, or 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then by the time I get to my apartment, I'm just zonked. Like, that screwed up my sleep schedule for 2 weeks, and I felt like absolute dog shit.
Wow. Though the ending to this, the very ending to the story actually is because once you've been in the Middle East for a while, like, you have a particular restaurant, a particular place in the U.S. that you want to go eat. You have a strong craving for it. Like, I could not wait to go to IHOP when I got home. Yes. That was a mistake because I practically passed out in the omelet that I got twice. Like, my face right above the omelet. I was like, I gotta go home and go to sleep.
Random question though, but speaking of the Middle East, did you ever see those camel spiders? Those like gnarly looking alien things?
Dude,
I saw one, yeah.
I'll be honest.
Dude, those things are
after
creepy.
Like seeing those things and watching, I don't know if you guys heard the show called The Zoo on Netflix. I'm like terrified of all animals. Like,
really?
Absolutely horrified.
Oh, dude, I gotta pop that show on.
Oh, dude, it is 100% nightmare fuel. Like,
oh, see, I drink that stuff. I love that.
It's like just the concept behind it. It's not, it's not impossible, and that's the scary part. Just,
hey, man, with the way the world 2020 is going, I mean, I have no idea anything about the plot, but let's just say anything can happen.
So I'll give you a quick synopsis of the plot real quick.
Okay, spit it.
Imagine all the animals decides that humans are no longer apex predators. So they develop their own universal language to take out the human race.
Ah, some collusion amongst animals.
Horrifying.
What's this called?
It's called Zoo.
Just Zoo?
Yep, Zoo. Horrifying. Like, I can't, like, right. It's just like, just the thinking of it, you're just like, that could very well happen.
This just reminds me of, like, all those, like, scenarios you get where, like, would you rather take on, like, a dozen duck-size horses or one... Ah, crap, I messed it up. It's like...
No, are you thinking of, like, a dozen duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck?
Yeah, that. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
So what would you rather do? What would let me hear? What would you rather take on?
I'd probably go after the big one. The big duck.
Yeah, I would
think so.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know now. Cause I was about to say the big one, but after watching the zoo, I'm just like, nah.
But like a dozen little ducks? I mean, dude, ducks are assholes in real life.
Well,
no, but they're horses. But they're duck-sized.
Oh, dude, I don't want to get kicked by a regular size horse. So like getting kicked by a bunch of mini horses. No, I'm not about that. Yeah, I stick with the duck.
They could probably knock you down, but
I think
I'll probably break my ankle.
I'm like in the middle because both sounds bad. It sounds like a terrible scenario to begin with, and like I said, if that happened, in, like, if the zoo happened to happen to the Earth, I'd probably shit my pants. I don't know what I would pick.
Can confirm, soiled himself.
Can confirm, I would shit my pants. Like, just the scenarios that show gives you, it's like, well, I didn't expect like a pack of dogs to be associated with murder, but now I know.
Huh.
Like now I understand what could possibly happen.
God damn. See,
Nice.
it's funny because like I think about hypotheticals all the time, as you both know.
Yeah.
Like every so often, I'll just spit
Absolutely.
one. I'll be like, "Hey Matt, like, what'd you think?" Like, my favorite one though is when we were driving, and I just happened to think of the one where like, what if Trevor got the ability to float, shoot meatballs from his hands, and he was crying marinara? Like, I think that one is still pretty up there.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
It's all good, man.
That was my cat plotting to kill me.
So I actually had a scenario I came up with. I already told you about this one, Joe, and
Okay.
I kind of want. I still need you to get into the tangent that you were about to go off of the other day. But
Then replay it. Then hit me with your
Yeah,
best Rod
so-
Sterling right now.
yeah, so let's say, okay, I'm just gonna read off the message I sent you.
Okay.
So let's say someone you trust walks up to you with a box of chicken nuggets and said, "Here, man, take some. It's free." You say, "Thanks, man," and you pull a chicken nugget out. It smells just like a regular chicken nugget. You take a bite, and it's just peanuts. It's packed with peanuts. No chicken, just filled to the brim with peanuts. Would you eat it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not allergic to peanuts, and it's fine. The only thing is, I said that I would still eat it. However, I'd be very confused and perplexed. But if it was like soggy, like if they're like moist or soggy
Yeah,
or whatever,
so
that's where I
okay,
draw the line. That's where I'm like, nope, I'm not about that.
Well, it's like boiled
Yeah,
peanuts,
so-
though. I mean, boiled peanuts.
I've never
are
Yeah,
had
that's
boiled
exactly.
peanuts.
So as good as would you eat if it was boiled peanuts?
I never had boiled peanuts. Is that a southern thing?
Yes.
Is it? I think. I'd say it's like mid-country thing. 'Cause
Maybe.
It's pretty popular in Pennsylvania too.
Is it?
Really?
Surprisingly, like
I've
in the house.
never heard of that. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna yell for roommate Chris. Hey yo, roommate Chris!
Hey, DJ Chris!
Just like that.
I could have muted myself, but I chose not to.
No, that was great.
Oh my god, wait a minute.
We're about to have another special guest on, folks.
He's playing Call of Duty right now. Yo, roommate Chris. He's from Philly. Is Philly or Pennsylvania in general, do you guys like eat boiled peanuts? Nope. Roommate Chris said that's a southern thing.
No.
Can confirm.
I disagree.
Yeah, we still got plenty of time. Joe, what's your rant on boiled peanuts? Let's hear it. What's your contention?
I will give it a shot, but it's just, it seems like it shouldn't exist. It seems like an abomination. It is just like, there's certain foods that I feel like if they're just soaked, then they're compromised. They're done. Certain foods can, you can get away with it. Like, for example, like corn, mashed potatoes, beets, like veggies and stuff like that. Gets a little wet, that's fine. That's cool. But, like, for example, bread, wet, get that out of here. Toss it, it's done.
Yeah.
Unless it's like gravy, then that's different. Or a soup. Or a stew, or something like that nature. Then that can stay. But certain foods, the moment it gets soaked, it's done. Just, like, let it go. Would you... hold on. Do you like crackers in your soup?
Absolutely.
Actually, yes.
But-
That's different because there's like you have a contrast of textures. It's like the perfect opposite. You have this creamy, liquidy soup, like a tomato soup, but with some of those salty oyster crackers. Perfect.
See, I'm indifferent to that because when it comes to regular soups, I will not toss any crackers in there. But if it comes to like clam chowder, New England or Manhattan style, I will put crackers in that. I think it's just because it's a thicker substance.
Yeah.
Oh, are you a cereal and milk fella or no?
What does that even mean?
No. Let me explain this. This is something that like my one of my friend groups has been arguing about this for years. Do you, when you get a bowl, do you put your cereal in first or do you put your milk in first?
Obviously cereal. Like, what kind of psychopath are you?
Same.
One of my good friends does milk first because he likes to control how much milk he has. He goes milk then cereal, and apparently that's a That's a big no-no in the cereal
The
world.
milk.
My fiance does that also, so I'm just gonna take my hat out of the ring on this one.
Dude, chugging the milk at the end when it's got like that nice flavored texture from the cereal is like
exactly
the best part. Like I could take a shower with that stuff.
I'm a dry guy, dude. I do not eat cereal with milk.
Oh, that's right. Because is that personal choice or is that just you don't like milk?
I don't know what it is. Like as a kid, I never did it. Like I think I did it with like Reese's Puffs once, and I was like, eh. Like I just wasn't about it.
See, you have to hit it like a hard hitter if you're gonna like experience the milk and cereal thing. Like if you do like a Lucky Charms or like a Frosted, like oh my god, Frosted Flakes in milk, heavenly. Oh god, it was so good.
Well, are you
Cinnamon Toast Crunch and milk?
Amazing, so good.
Are you guys avid cereal eaters though? Because if I get a box of cereal, it will. See, I don't. A box of cereal will last me for a very long time.
That's nuts.
Like it's funny because out of the 3 roommates, we have all 3 levels of cereal eatery. I'm the one that eats it the least. Roommate Chris is in the middle where he can go through a couple a box or 2. And then you got roommate Larry who can devour a single cereal box in probably a day if he felt so inclined to do so.
Yeah, so my fiance and I were perfect opposites in terms of cereal consumption. We've still got so we have those plastic bins for the cereal. So she has a plastic bin still half full of the Special K cereal. And behind that, she still has 3 full bags of Special K from, the last, 2 or 3 grocery trips. I run out of cereal in a week and a half after buying 3 bags of it.
You nailed it. That's,
Jesus
generally
Christ.
how long. Because I buy, the big bags. I don't get the boxes. The great value bags.
Right.
There's, a 32-ounce bag of Lucky Charms gone in a week and a half. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there a cereal that was just the marshmallows? Or am I bugging?
No, they came out with that one
time.
They
did a special, yeah.
When America wasn't focused on being
I feel
fat,
like that'd be a mistake.
That was the day. That was the day of what was it? Pepsi Blue. That's when you saw the all marshmallow ones. But now they got even better invention. They got a Cocoa Puffs and Lucky Charms mix. And let me tell you, life changing.
All right.
I'm weirded out. I don't know if it's just because of my old age, because I'm over 30 now, so I'm the old man of the bunch now here. So I don't know if it's just because of my old age, but I saw they have Lucky Charms with Frosted Flakes instead of the regular oat shapes. I don't know about that. That's not a good. Strange.
You need to have contrast. You have to have sweet, and then you need something bold. 2 sweets, that's a little bit too much. That's like you're eating Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
That's a little much.
Exactly.
That cereal is pure sugar. It makes my teeth hurt just thinking about that one. But they got the Lucky Charms marshmallow and the Cocoa Puffs together. That's they nailed that one down. That is a beautiful combination. Highly recommended.
Nice. All right, gentlemen, we are actually beginning to run a little low on time for this episode. So, guest star, Patrick, do you have any final thoughts before we end this one?
No, I really appreciate you guys letting me come and join you guys, and I definitely look forward to being a special guest some more if you guys would allow me.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a couple more in, don't worry. Joe?
Okay, when he mentioned not Puerto Rico, South America or Brazil earlier, for some reason, that just reminded me that I was scrolling through my phone, and at Chris's wedding, I have a picture of a video of both of you dancing, and it's hilarious.
So what does that have to do with Brazil?
I have no idea. Not a clue. It just reminded me. Hey, man, my final thoughts are always good final thoughts.
Hey.
Oh, that's quality.
That's quality right there.
My final thought is if you have a video of me dancing on your phone, delete it immediately.
He's just squawking with his flapping his hands.
All right. All right, that's it for this episode. We'll
catch you next time.
Catch you next time. Take it easy.